Dude, what if everything you believed about being smart was a total lie? Your brain isn't stuck. Your IQ isn't locked at birth. And the biggest minds in history? They weren't born geniuses. They built themselves into geniuses. Before you click away, smash that like button and subscribe to Growth Vibe, because what I'm about to show you will literally rewire how you think about intelligence. For like 100 years, scientists told us intelligence is genetic. You're either born smart or you're not. End the story. But here's the thing, bro. That's complete nonsense. Einstein struggled in school. Teachers thought he was slow. Darwin was totally average, hated memorizing stuff. Edison got kicked out of school because they called him unteachable. So what changed? Not their DNA, not some magic pill. Their habits changed, how their brains actually worked. Today, I'm breaking down the exact techniques that neuroscience proves can boost your intelligence. And guess what? The smartest people in history were already using these methods way before scientists could even explain why they worked. This isn't theory, dude. This is backed by research and used by actual geniuses. Let's go. First technique, and this one's gonna blow your mind. It's called Mu no Kanso, which basically means thinking without input in Japanese philosophy. Most people think you get smarter by consuming more content, more videos, more podcasts, more information overload, but neuroscience shows the exact opposite. Your brain gets sharper when it's forced to think without any input at all. This activates something called the default mode network. It's the part of your brain responsible for deep thinking, creativity, solving complex problems, and seeing connections nobody else sees. Einstein used to do these thought experiments. He didn't calculate everything, he imagined. What if I rode on a beam of light? What if gravity could bend to space? He'd walk alone for hours with no books, no notes, just pure thinking. Modern studies confirm that people who regularly engage in undistracted deep thinking score way higher in problem solving and creative intelligence. Here's your actionable habit. Take a daily thinking walk. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. At first it feels boring, then uncomfortable, then suddenly insane insights start popping up. That discomfort you feel? That's your intelligence growing in real time. Imagine a stick figure walking alone with thought bubbles appearing above their head, getting bigger and brighter with each step. That's the animation we're talking about here. Simple but powerful. Second technique is something researchers call productive struggle, but I'm going to call it the gamen method. That's the Japanese concept of enduring difficulty with patience and dignity. Highly intelligent people don't rush to find answers. They delay getting help on purpose because struggling actually builds intelligence. Your brain physically strengthens when it tries something, fails, adjusts, and tries again. Benjamin Franklin trained himself exactly this way. He'd read an essay, put it away, then try to rewrite it from memory. Only after struggling hard would he compare his version to the original. This forced his brain to retrieve information, reorganize it, and refine it. Brain imaging shows that struggle activates deeper neural pathways than passively listening to an explanation ever could. That's why instant solutions feel productive, but they vanish from your memory like an hour later. Here's your smart habit. Before you Google something or ask for help, write down your best answer, even if you know it's probably wrong. Struggle isn't a sign you're dumb, bro. It's literally the mechanism that builds intelligence. Think of a stick figure lifting weights with their brain, the brain sweating. That's the vibe. And real quick, if you're getting value from this, do me a solid. Hit that like button and subscribe to Growth Vibe. We're only at Technique 2, and your mind's about to get completely upgraded. Third technique, kakikata shiko, or writing to think. Most people write to store information for later. Smart people write to clarify their thinking right now. Leonardo da Vinci didn't write neat essays. He wrote questions, sketches, random fragments, contradictions. His notebooks weren't organized. They were alive with ideas bouncing off each other. Writing forces your brain to slow down, spot gaps in your understanding, and turn vague ideas into precise thoughts. Research from Princeton and UCLA shows that writing by hand boosts conceptual understanding way more than typing or just reading, because writing is literally thinking made visible on paper. Here's your daily habit. Keep a thinking journal. Not about what you did today. Write about what you actually understand. What confused you? What idea feels half-finished in your mind?
Intelligence grows when you examine your thoughts, not just collect them. Picture a stick figure with a giant notebook, scribbling frantically, with light bulb moments exploding around them.
Fourth technique is building Renshu no Mozo, or practice models. High IQ individuals don't just memorize facts, they understand entire systems. Charlie Munger called this a latticework of mental models. You learn physics, and it teaches you cause and effect. You study biology, and it shows you adaptation. Psychology reveals bias. Economics explains incentives. When your brain learns across different domains, it becomes insanely flexible. This is called transfer intelligence. It's the ability to take an idea from one field and apply it somewhere completely new. That's why history's greatest minds were polymaths. Aristotle, Leonardo da Vinci, Goethe. They didn't specialize. They connected everything. Modern research backs this up. Cross-domain learners show higher fluid intelligence, which is your ability to reason in brand new situations you've never seen before. Your weekly habit? Learn one concept outside your usual field. You don't need to master it, just understand it conceptually. Your brain gets sharper when ideas start connecting across boundaries. Imagine stick figures building bridges between different islands labeled physics, art, psychology, business. The bridges light up as they connect. That's how your brain works when you learn this way. Fifth technique, deliberate memory training, or Kyoku Kunrin. Memory isn't separate from intelligence. It's the foundation. Nikola Tesla could visualize entire machines, rotate them in his mind, and test them mentally before building anything physical. Ancient scholars trained their memory on purpose because they knew a sharper memory creates faster reasoning. Techniques like active recall, spaced repetition, and visualization don't just store information in your head, they literally reorganize your neural networks. MRI studies show people who train their memory develop denser and more efficient brain connections. Your smart habit? Recall before you review. Try explaining ideas without looking at notes. Teach what you learned to someone else. Memory isn't a talent you're born with, dude. It's a skill you can train, just like a muscle. Show a stick figure's brain lifting dumbbells labeled recall, repetition, visualization. Each rep makes the brain glow brighter. Sixth technique, Kyuke no Chikara, the power of rest. Smart people don't think all day long. They think when their brain is at peak strength. Charles Darwin only worked 4 to 5 focused hours per day. The rest? Walking, resting, reflecting. Chronic stress, sleep deprivation, and constant overstimulation actually damage your executive function, which is a core part of IQ. Your brain doesn't upgrade during the hustle. It upgrades during recovery. Deep sleep is when your brain consolidates learning. Movement increases blood flow to your brain. Sunlight regulates your cognitive rhythm. And boredom? Boredom isn't weakness. It's cognitive recovery in action. Your habits? Sleep deeply. Move your body daily. Get actual sunlight. Allow yourself to be bored sometimes. Picture a stick figure in a hammock under a tree, brain glowing and reorganizing itself peacefully. Rest is where intelligence actually solidifies. Here's the truth, and listen close because this is what Growth Vibe is all about. Intelligence isn't a fixed number, it's a system. IQ doesn't increase through quick hacks or magic tricks. It increases through consistent habits. The smartest people in history didn't chase intelligence like it was some trophy. They built systems that allowed their intelligence to grow naturally over time. If you want to think clearer, learn faster, solve harder problems, and build a genuinely stronger mind, start with habits, not information. Start with practices, not content consumption. Start with Growth Vibe strategies that actually work. If this completely changed how you see intelligence, smash that like button, subscribe to Growth Vibe for more science-based brain upgrades, and drop a comment answering this question.
Which of these 6 techniques are you starting with today, and why? I'm reading every single comment, so let's build some genius habits together.